Hey, how's it going, guys? Chaz Wolf here, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I scalp the market and have such a great risk to reward ratio. And also, I'm going to be showing you in this video how to be able to grow a $500 account to a six-figure account in just 6 months, and showing you different kind of variables of what kind of account you can have in order to grow it to six figures or 50K or 20K, whatever you want to, whatever you're looking to do. So let's get into it, guys. So this is exactly how I scalp the market and have such good high accuracy, as well as having a good risk to reward ratio. So let's get into it. All right. So first things first, guys. Step number one, you're gonna want to go to the 1 hour chart. Okay. The 1 hour chart is used to show what trend it's in. If it's in an uptrend, downtrend. For uptrend, you're gonna want to look for a higher high and a higher low. And a downtrend, you're gonna want to look for a lower low and a lower high. Okay, what that means is, for example, you see this point up here with the zigzag, right? This is a higher high because this high is higher than this high, the last high. So a higher high means when a high is higher than the last high. A higher low means when this low is higher than this low. Okay. So when I say higher high, the second high is based off of what you're looking at. If I say a higher low, the second word is low. That means that you're looking at the low and it's higher than the last low, right? Not too hard, guys. Just make sure that you're looking for higher low areas and higher high areas. This is a high. This is a low. Is it higher than the last low? Yes. Is it higher than the last high? Yes. That's simple. Okay. So as far as that goes, you want to make sure you have the zigzag indicator, which is, you can find it in your indicators tab right here. You can go to custom, and then you can go all the way down to the last indicator, which is zigzag. Okay. Leave everything default. You can just change the color to red if your color scheme is like this. Okay. So the second thing that you're gonna need, okay, is your RSI. You're gonna say your RSI to to 3. Color, I just leave it regular. Levels, I have 20, 80, and 50. Visual is default. And then your levels, the color is red. You have this like dotted and this regular. Okay. So while you're on the 1 hour chart, you're solely looking at this. Okay. You're solely looking at the top. Okay. Now, when it, like I told you, you're looking for a higher high or a higher low for buying. Okay. You're looking for that combination for buying. When you're selling, you're looking for a combination of a lower low. Right, this is lower than the last low, and a lower high. This is lower than the last high. This high is lower than the last high. Okay, that's what you're looking for. If you're selling, you're looking for that, a lower low and a lower high. If you're buying, you're looking for a higher high, right, and a lower high. No, sorry. A higher high and a higher low. Sorry. Okay, so as far as how this works, guys, once you have detected that, the only thing that you're doing now is, let's say, for example, the market is right here. I'm gonna take this off really quick so we can see. Okay, let's say the market is right here. Okay, I see a higher high, and I need it to come down. Right, it comes down to here. Once that happens, all you're gonna do is look down here, and you want your RSI to be below the 20 because I'm getting ready to buy. Right, I want it to be below the 20. Once it's below the 20, what I'm doing is I want it to now come up above the 50. Once it goes above the 50, okay? Once it goes above the 50, all you're going to do is come to the 5 minute chart now. Let's find that. This was a couple of days ago. Once it goes above the 50 on the 1 hour chart, you're going to go to the 5 minute chart, and you want the same thing to happen. You want it to go below the 20 and then above the 50, like that. Once that happens, you're going to get in for a trade. You're gonna put a stop loss of 10 pips, and then a take profit of 20, which is right around there. That one hits take profit. Okay, that's simple, literally. Now I'm gonna show you a sell trade. So now once it goes, you see this is a lower low. This is lower than the last low, and then it goes up. As long as it goes up, when it's higher, it's lower than last high. Okay, the high is lower than last high. Once it goes up and creates the zigzag, which is probably happened, it probably happened around here. You can let it go up to the above the 80. Make sure it's still lower than the last high. Then let it go down below the 50 on the 1 hour chart, right? You go to the 5-minute chart. And what are we doing? We're gonna let it go back up to the 80 and down below the 50, which is right there. Same thing. Stop loss. Sorry. Oh, what time is this? This is 20. This is 19 o'clock. I don't trade at I don't trade in between 18 o'clock to actually 18 o'clock to probably around. I'll start trading around like when it says 2:30. Right, so right around here. So I wouldn't take a trade there personally, because when you're trading at lunchtime, the spread is all weird and you lose trades for no reason. So let's just block that one out. It goes down. Let's try to find a sell. So let's do this sell right here. This hopefully the time is good. So this is lower than that low, right? And then it goes up, and this is lower than this high. So it's fine. When it goes above the 20, when it goes above the 80, then it goes below the 50 there. Hopefully this is around a good time. Let's see. What time was that? 12, 12, 18. Right there. All right, so let's see. It goes below the 50 on the 1 hour. Let's wait for it to, oh, it's still in that time. Let's see. Let's try to find a good time. I'm trying to find a sell for you guys. Let's do this. Let's try that one. It goes down below the last low. It goes up right there. Let's check this out. It goes up, and we're waiting for it to go down below the 50 right there. That 20 pips. No, it's stop loss right there. Okay, that's fine. So this one would have been your loss. So we just found a win and a loss. Okay, and let's try to find a winner really quick, which will be easy. Let's do one right here, for example. This is high. This is a high. It's higher than this one, and it comes down and it's lower than this low. Perfect. Okay. 5-minute chart. Let it go down below the 20 again. Let it go above the 50. Right there. This one, 20 pips easy. No drawdown. None. That simple. Okay. That's all you do, guys. Literally. Is you look. So let's say, for example, the market's right there. You look at both the high and the low. So you look at the low. You're saying, okay, let's look at the last low. It's higher. Perfect. Look at the high. It's higher than the last one. Perfect. So what are we going to do? We're going to let it go down how it did. Go above the 50, which is right there. Okay, now you go on the 5-minute chart. You let it go down below the 20, and then go above the 50, which is right there. Do the same thing twice, but different time frame. Look at that. 20 pips easy. Zero drawdown. Okay? Hopefully you're understanding it, guys. It's very, very simple. All you're doing, I can go anywhere. All I'm doing is, if the market is right here, I'm looking at the low, and I'm comparing it to the last low. Okay. Then I'm looking at the high, and I'm comparing it to the last high, and that's all I'm doing. Once it goes above the 80, this is a for a sell opportunity. Then I am going to the 5. Okay. Once I'm at the 5, then I'm going to let it go above the 80 and then below the 20. I mean, below the 50. Once it does that, I'm getting in. No drawdown. Well, actually, like 3 or 4 pip drawdown. But this is 10 pips. Take profits 20. Very easy. All right. So now, as far as times, make sure you're not trading between 1800, which is 1800 MetaTrader time, right here, and 230. Okay. You're not trading between that time. As you see, the market is weird between that time. Okay, and you're good. And then now moving to, let's see, pairs to trade. Okay, trade only EU, UJ, UCHEF, UCAD, AU, INU. Those ones only. So everything from UCAD to the right. UCAD, UJ, UCHEF, AU, EU, INU. The reason why is because they all have USD in their name, and they all move very well with this strategy. Okay. Don't try to go outside of these, or you will lose a lot more than you need to because you're only doing a 10 pip stop loss. Okay. So with that being said, let's move on to the compound. Okay. Compounding. How can you grow your account, right? So let's do an example. $500 you start in your account. Okay. Let's say you are 50%, you're 50% trader with this strategy. So let's say that you win your first one, lose your second. Or even if you lose your first, lose your second trade. Let's say you only take 2 trades a day and you're 50%. You win one, you lose one. Because the risk reward is 1 to 2, which is 1 risk, 2 reward, which is 10 take profit, 10 stop loss, 20 take profit, you're able to be 50% and still make a profit, still be profitable. So what that means is if you are 50%, that means that you're gaining 5% of your account per day. If you did that for 6 months, okay, or let's say it's you trade 4 to 5 days out of the week. That's 120 days. Within a 6-month period, your account was at 174.5K. Okay, 173.9 profit. So you put $500 in, guys. If you guys are thinking like that, this is crazy, look at it for yourself. $25 earnings your first day, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 33, 35. These are every day that you're trading. This is 5 days that you're trading per week. Look at that. You'll see it start to grow. After your first month and 10 days, because a trading week only has 4 to 5 days, and then you do then you have 4 weeks, obviously. So 20 days plus 10 is 30 days, which is a month and 10 days. You've made 1,600, 1,660. Now within 2 months, and actually this is 3 months now, you're at 7.1K. Now you're at 4 months and 10 days, you're at 31K. Now you're at 6 months, and that should be the 174.4 in your account by June. Okay. In your case, since you're going to be starting, if you started like January 4th or 3rd, then you're going to be because you don't want to trade New Year's, you're going to probably be at your goal by June 20th or something like that. Okay. 6 months. Now let's say you have a little bit more to play with, right? $1,000 account, but because you want to make it a little bit of a shorter time, right? 60 days. Okay, 60 days, which is 3 months, you're gonna be at 18.6K. Okay, but if you have the patience, look what's gonna happen. It's ridiculous. 348.9K in your account. You do 6 months. I always recommend people do a 6 month plan because it helps you stay patient and you're not going to be risking that much. You know that it's going to be a long journey as long as you stick to 5%. Now, let's say you take 3 trades a day and you win 2, lose 1. Okay. And you have a $500 account. All right. So let's do this. If you lose the first trade, you're down 5%. Okay. By the way, guys, only risk 5% of your account. So this is how I'm doing this. If you have $1,000 account, make sure that you're putting in for your trade. Make sure that you are putting a point 50, no more. 0.50. Because at that, if you lose that trade, that means you're gonna lose $50. If you win that trade, you're gonna win 100. Okay, that's how that works. So $500 account, you're going to want to risk no more than a 0.25. If you lose that trade, you're going to lose $25, which is 5% of your account. If you win that trade, you're going to make $50. Okay. So this is why I say that if you take 3 trades now and you lose the first trade, you're down 5%. You win the next trade, you're up 5% now because it's a 10% gain. So if you're down 5% and you now win a 10% trade, it goes from 0% to up to 5% now. That's now 5 plus 5% is 10%. Hopefully you're following. So you're up 5% now. You win the next trade now. Now you're up 15% because you just added a 10% gain. So let's say you did 15% daily because you take 3 trades a day, which taking 3 trades a day is honestly easy with this strategy and with the pairs you're trading. Now you're at 15% a day. Let's say now you want to take 3 trades, you want to take an extra trade a day, and you want to win 2, lose 1. Let's say you do that, and you want to do it for 3 months. Insane. Just by taking 1 extra trade a day and winning, this is what's going to happen within 3 months. So let's say January 3rd or 4th to into March, like March 31st or something like that, or in the beginning of April, whatever. Okay, that's insane. And there's gonna be days where you actually win both your trades, or you only take 2 trades, or you don't lose any. You do a 20% gain that day, or there's gonna be days where you only do 5%. You mix it up. So let's say 10% a day, $500 in your account. Let's do 120. If you mess with this thing, guys, you're gonna realize the power. Look at that. 6 months, 10% a day, 500. This is 46.3 mil. That's insane. Let's split that down to 3 months, 10% a day, 152. Guys, this is easy to do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke. This is easy to do. If you check the strategy, right? Check the strategy. I'm gonna go back to sharing, and you're gonna see based off of. I'm gonna just show you the past week or 2 weeks how powerful this is. Higher high goes down to a low. A higher low. Let it go down below the 20. Let it go below the 50 now. Go to the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, and then you let it go below the 20 again, and it'll go above the 50. Look at this. 20 pips. No drawdown. Probably a 3-pip drawdown. Next trade. It goes higher than the last high. It goes down lower than the last low. This one doesn't go below the 20, so you'll probably skip that one. Now higher than last high, goes down lower than the last low. Look at this. Goes down lower, and it goes above the 50. Okay, let's see, where is that at? Then let it go down lower. Let it go above the 50. This one is a loss because guess what time it is? It's 21. I said I don't trade after 18 o'clock. That's why. It acts weird until 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, 2:30. I recommend 2:30, but here it is, right around here. Okay, this is when it starts acting normal. So let's see what happens after that time. Perfect. It's higher than last high, comes down to create a low. Okay, once it creates a low on the 1 hour chart, let it go above the 50. Once it goes above the 50 on the 1 hour chart, let it go down and then above the 50. Look at no drawdown, 20 pips, easy. 10 pip stop loss, which it never even hits, 20 pip take profit. Have I lost a trade yet? No. Okay, above. Now it goes above the no, it goes above the 80, and it's higher than last high. We're going for it to go below the 20 now. Once it goes below the 20, what do you want? You want above the 50. Let me see if it goes above the 50 right there. Nope, next one, right there. 5 minute chart. Let it go below, right? Let it go below the 20, then above the 50, right there. Okay, draws down almost. It's at 8 pip drawdown. Okay, our drawdown, our stop loss is 10 pips, so it doesn't hit it, and then it goes shoots up to 20 pips. I'm just showing you UCAD. Imagine all the other pairs that are happening at the same time as this. Again, goes up higher. Let it go below the let it go below the 20. Now let it go above the 50. Okay. Then we find it and let it go below the 20 on the 5 minute, and then let it go above the 50, which is right around there. This one might hit stop, but we'll see. That's 7.5. Ooh. So this wouldn't have hit my stop loss because I put my stop loss. I add the spread just to let you know. I'm glad I was able to show this. So the spread to me, because with UCAD spreads usually like 10. I do like a 10. I add 10 pips. Sorry, 1 pip, which is 10 micro pips to my stop loss. So 110. So this wouldn't have hit mine, but it wouldn't have hit my take profit either. So it would have ended up hitting my stop loss later on. Boom, which is fine. I don't care about losing with this strategy is because, and I want you guys to be comfortable with losing when it does happen because guess what? One win can not only get you to break even, but get you 5% more on your account. Remember that. So look at that. I rode UCAT all those times, and then do it again here. So right, the last trade I took, I don't know if I took UCAT, but it went above, went below, and then it went above right there. Okay. This is Friday, so I wouldn't have traded this, but I just want to see how it looks. Now we're waiting for it to now go below the 20, then above the 50, and of course that happens because it's Friday. It's stop loss. So only trade this strategy Sunday at night, Monday, not anywhere, anytime, but if it's not lunchtime, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at night, not Friday early in the morning, like at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Nothing like that. Okay. The latest you want to trade Friday is like early Friday morning, which is like midnight-ish, like 1 o'clock, 2, which is still London session for Thursday. But not like you wake up on a Friday morning at like 7, 8, 9 o'clock and you're trying to trade. No, don't do that. And neither should you Sunday when the market opens be trading. After after the market opens, you want to wait on Sunday. For Pacific time, I wait until on Sunday. I wait until like 6, 7 p.m. So if you're on Eastern, you want to do like 8, 9 or something like that. All right. So that's it, guys. I mean, hopefully you guys understood everything. I want to make this video all in one so that you guys can watch it. If you guys do watch it over and over, you guys can hear these things instead of breaking it up and having you guys only search for certain things. Once you guys watch this video a few times, get used to how to trade the strategy again. You want to make sure you go on the 1 hour chart, look for the criteria of a high and low, and then once you know the trend, then you're able to come down here and dictate, where it's gonna go. So if it's an uptrend, you're gonna want it to go below the 20, then above the 50, then go to the 5 minute trend, do the same thing. Let it go below the 20, above the 50, and you should catch momentum. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day, have a good trading session, and take care. Ciao.